What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. So, as promised, we got the leaked Tyson Fury corner. Ain't no one heard before. And we're going to get to it. So, I ain't going to play the video. I'll play the video, but I'm not going to play the actual video. I'll play the audio as such. And we'll see what's been going on here. We'll get into the chicanery that's been, or was. Because it's definitely a was. Yeah? In the past. He cooked now, right? Let's discuss the chicanery that took place in Tyson Fury's corner of old. Yeah? Of former glory. Of past. What's that film? Of past old. It's some sort of saying. Past ghost, past old. He washed. He finished. Yeah? This is a post-mortem as such. You understand? Yeah? Anyway, here we go.
Keep working on your time and turning it. Keep working on your time and turning it. See how long you can do it. You don't want to get no slick with you, but it's gonna happen. Fill the water. Keep telling me, you're gonna end up catching it with the check hook. Just start showing me that body shot. Don't do that.
So he said there, and this obviously was in the early rounds before Ish went left for Tyson. And I don't really agree with his advice from the jump. Why? Because it ends up particularly contradictory. At the start when everything's sweet, supposedly, keep turning him. That kind of narrative is a boxing narrative. If you watch Usyk, he was coming straight forward, right? When you're turning someone, it works particularly well against southpaw because the way the feet line up, you can pivot away from the power. You can just spin essentially against southpaw. You can keep spinning. If you're defensively orientated, you can just spin and you're moving constantly away from the power. I guess that's probably maybe Sugar Hill's angle, particularly after the first round. The first round, I did a video on it. Tyson Fury was backpedaling. He was going back in straight lines anyway. Maybe that's what Sugar Hill was saying, to be fair. Backpedal, pivot, and stay away. He can't hang with us if we get into some slick shit. Oops. But the reason I say I don't like it is because of the narrative of where Sugar Hill wanted the fight to go. Sugar Hill ends up, when everything kicks off, stop crossing your legs. Bend your knees. Bop. Fling the backhand in. Oops. I believe fighting's complicated. You can either, I guess you have to adapt, but why was Fury coming out on the back foot? Throughout the fight, his best work was always done when his hands were going. Really, I'm trying to think. On the back foot, he was never effective. Again, people, he spent the whole first round on the back foot, and he got clopped a whole bunch of times. I did a video on it. Usyk knocked the shaitan out of him in the first round. He backpedaling. It was only when Fury held his feet and let his hands go that things were successful. I don't get it. That round one should have been a message to Sugar Hill. Hey man, let's stop playing now. Let's stop pivoting. Let him pivot. Let Usyk the boxer. Let's not forget, Fury was saying, he the boxer, he gonna run. What happened to that? You're the big man. I understand being lanky sometimes, it's harder to fight on the inside. No one's asking you to fight on the inside. We're asking. Pop, pop, bang. Get a stiff jab in his mouth. Where was that advice? Stiff jab, spark in his mouth if you can. Usyk was bobbing around, but keep him busy. Instead, Fury's pouring. The pouring hand's useless essentially. That's out. So you get clipped here. And Fury's backhand's down here by his chest anyway, like this. And his head and chin's in there, pulling back. Pulling backwards. Not in control. No good. Anyway, let's get to the next part now. You're going to end up, with time, you're going to end up catching it with a check hook. Okay, I didn't see no check hook the whole night. So I don't know what they were working on. Oops. I believe boxing and fighting, people have their innate styles, right? So you don't really want to deviate too far from that. If you start doing things that people aren't used to, they ain't going to do it anyway. So you might as well build a good base. And Fury had a relatively good base against Wilder. Pop, pop, on the front foot, an impressive jab, and some heavy shots behind it. Keep it simple. All this spinning and check hooking and hook him coming in, and Fury's never been a check hooker like that. I'm trying to think, when did he check hook anyone? I've never seen it, I'm gonna lie. Fury's hand, this hand is slapping out. Maybe it was an idea, I'm trying to think now. If Fury's pulling back, could he have swung that slappy hand, his slappy lead, and checked it? Hooks don't really work so well against southpaws anyway, though. Your front hand's not that effective, full stop, against southpaws. That's just truth. So I'm not sure who came up with the check narrative. If anything, in fact, I remember Tyson Fury saying, If he has to fight a southpaw, if he has to fight someone with a good left hook, he'll turn southpaw to take that angle away. It's harder to land a left hook against southpaw than it is against an orthodox. It doesn't nest well. You can kind of get off it. So anyway, it's what it is.
Body shot. Let it come in a minute. Just keep watching him. You turning him backhand, him is almost coming. You want to fight right now? No, just come back. That's exactly where he's supposed to be at.
Take the double straight right onto the chest.
There's John Fury's advice. Pop him with the jab and straight right into the chest. It's, again, too many things going on here. If you've been working on check hooking, that should be the consistent narrative. That went out the window now. It's another round now. Now we're talking about John Fury shouldn't be speaking full stop. Peter Fury been told you that. John Fury shouldn't say a word. Sit down somewhere. Yeah, hold a spit bucket. You, Peter Fury said. You, spit bucket. You, dab his head. Yeah? Simple as that. Spit bucket, dab his head. Tend to his cuts. That's your job. You got 3 different people. It's a minute, people. It's a minute. You can't even... Fury weren't even listening. I didn't see Fury throw a check hook. So he weren't even listening to Sugar. Now you think you can listen to 3 people. You need experience in the... John Fury, in all due respect, he never trained no one. He hasn't. He's never trained no one. Ever. In his life. And even Sugar Hill. His claim to fame is Tyson Fury. Essentially. Hate to say it. That's the truth. His claim to fame is Tyson Fury. And really, them Wilder fights was like, ooh... I watched them back. You have to watch them Fury's Wilder fights back, 2 and 3. They was like, oh man, they was messy. Really messy. Really messy and undisciplined. Particularly the third one. Yeah, Sugar Hill in the end saved it by saying get on the jab, but just messy, man. Yeah.
I need you on the chin.
Oh, yeah, well, it's good. Makes you want to put him in. You gotta come back in the fight in a minute. He can't do this to you. You gotta fight him. Break that up.
Let's keep using the angles, Tyson, on a straight power jab.
I want him to cross him.
So now, John Fury for me is like one of them pseudo boxing guys. Yeah? The minute someone mentions angles, that's like a buzzword. That's the kind of word that wannabe boxing dudes will use. Yeah, let's think of a wannabe boxing dude. Mallet Scott. Mallet Scott, the type of dude, yeah, who will talk about angles. Yeah, do this, use angles. What is that? How can you implement that practically? Yeah? I don't even know. Angles is so, like, pervasive. You can apply angles to so many different things. That makes sense in boxing. The angle of how you're punching. The angle of how you're moving your feet. Positioning your feet. What does angles mean? Yeah, use angles. Again, it sounds good, doesn't it? Use angles, yeah. It's like a Yu-Gi-Oh move. Hey, I pull angles. Wicked. You're in a fight. I think by this point, I'm not sure what round it was. Let's have a look at the round. Whatever round it was, but you can tell the panic starting to set in now. It's round 3. Yeah, because Fury lost 1 and 2. So, a little bit panic's already there. Sugar Hill's, his face, you can see there. He's animated. Yeah? Anyway, let's have a watch it, listen to it again. A little listen.
You gotta come back and fight him in a minute. He can't do this to you. You gotta fight him. Break that.
He can't do this to you. You gotta fight him. So by then, all that stuff, that's what I'm saying about the message here. I believe if you're training a fighter, there should be one message. From out the camp, throughout the camp, you have a strategy, right? Your game plan. Now your game plan may have different elements to it. But ultimately, it's not, keep boxing him, keep moving him. Check hook him. He can't box with you like that. Then when you find out he can, and in fact he's outboxing you, then it's, you can't be doing this, you got to fight him. 2 rounds ago you were telling him he needs to box and pivot and check hook and be sneaky almost. A check hook, is what's the word? Is inherently a sneaky move. It's like a boop. You know what I mean? If Floyd be doing something, you know it's sneaky. There's nothing blatant about a check hook, right? It's whoop, beep. Yeah, one of them ones. So you went from being sneaky pivoter, boxer, he can't box with us, to you need to fight him. Confusion in the camp, corner. It's only round 3 at this point. Confusion. So and even Sugar Hill at that point, John Fury weren't saying too much. Apart from, I guess, the angles thing, but no one listens to that anyway. Truth be known, people, if you talk, unless you've been in camp practicing a particular angle, no one ain't gonna know what that means. That's why Mike Tyson would have combinations combined with footwork And Cuss would say 3-5, and Mike would go boop. He'd cut the angle, get a shot off, cut another angle, get a shot off. Unless you're dealing like that. And I'm pretty sure I used to hear Kevin Rooney in the corner saying, Mike, 3-5, 3-5. Unless you've got that kind of that training and discipline where you've drilled someone like that to know these different numbers. Don't bother throwing buzzwords in there. That ain't helping no one. But I feel like John Fury, obviously, he always trying to be in the video. He always trying to be relevant. So when he says, hey, at that point he's assuming he's going to win, right? So he wants to be known as the guy who comes with the fire highlights at the end. He got the 10 out of 10 highlights. So let's go to the next part.
Just keep using the angles, Tyson, on a straight power jab.
I want him to cross them legs like that. That's what you're supposed to be attacking. Feinting him until he can't take the feint from you.
Nice job. Okay? When you're in the clinch, try not to hit the back of the head.
He can't take the feints from you. I don't think Usyk was buying them feints at all. But let's see what round this was. I assume we've got to what? Let's have a look what round it was now. Change. I can't even tell. This is moody, man. Sky, sort your ish out, man. You should be more time. If you're doing some corner work throughout that period, it should have the round on. Don't just flash the round up. Pissing me off. Anyway.
I know it was a mistake. Find out a few combinations for him, Tyson. When he comes up to you, double jab right and left up to the body.
Put it in there.
Double jab, right and left hook. It's just, you know, I mean, is it bad advice? It's just like John trying to put his pennies in there. Do you know, like, no one's going to listen to that, all due respect. No one's going to listen. You got Sugar Hill in front of you saying something. He's saying he can't take the feints. So one man's talking about feints, another man talking about jab, jab, double jab, right hand, left hook, spin off. What details do you need? I tell you what, Tyson. Feint, slip in, double jab, roll off. Come on. I like to keep it simple myself. Hey man, time to we fixing to go to work right now. Pop, pop, bang, bang. You can listen. Tyson Fury been boxing for 20 years, yeah. It's his discretion. It's the theme of what we're doing here. Hey man, backpedal. Stay cute. Or hey, it's time to eat now. This guy's sweet. He's soft to the body. Right? Or you're not using the jab enough. Things, narratives like that. I believe. All the kind of telling him exactly what punch to throw. And that's what I wonder about John. People say John's boxed, yeah, but if you box, you'll know that you're not in there. It sounds good, yeah, double jab, right hand, slip off, pivot, angles, uppercut. In reality, when you've got someone in front of you like Usyk, who's dynamic, who's quick, you ain't going to get off that kind of set piece where you can feint and double jab and roll in and do this. It's not going to happen. You got to keep it simple. The broad narrative. Hey, we need to push this guy back now. I assume this must be the middle of the fight. But it's all over the place. Bottom line, from the start it was all over the place. 1 minute, Sugar Hill wanted him to box. Maybe it was a strategy. Maybe they thought, maybe we can outbox him. Sugar Hill clocked on early, we can't box with him. John Fury is still talking about, yeah, let's use angles. Anyway, let's have a look now.
That work, big dog. Tie him off. When he kept the he's crossing a lot, but you gotta set him. You gotta know that. All right, he's coming.
So he's saying that Usyk's crossing his legs a lot, and Sugar Hill's saying Tyson Fury needs to exploit that. I didn't see Usyk crossing his legs a whole bunch, though. I ain't gonna lie. I just didn't see that, but I need to watch the fight back in context. But anyway.
Don't worry about it. You got it. It's coming. Don't worry about it. Just be fast. Be fast with your hands. Your feet gonna do all the work for you.
So it's coming. Don't worry about it. So at this point, I'm not sure what round this must be then. To be honest, it's coming. It's coming. Maybe it was. He still sounded a bit panicked. I ain't gonna lie. It's coming. It's coming. I'm not sure. But anyway.
Keep tapping them toes. Go. Get out there, make it.
Sit there, don't want to run out of ideas. Just do what you're doing, keep the jump from.
He's run out of ideas. There we go. Round at end of round 6. So this was the peak of Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury had reached the pinnacle at the end of round 6. And I ain't gonna lie, I felt like John Fury. Yeah, he's run out of ideas. I swear to God. Listen, me and John Fury have a lot in common. We don't know boxing, essentially. Nah, I do think. Listen, Fury ain't got no gas tank. He'd been in Benidorm. Anyone who knows boxing, John must know a little bit, because anyone who knows boxing knew at end of round 6 it was over for Usyk. That's the bottom line. It was obvious. It was over for him. So John Fury said he ran out of ideas. That's how it felt to me as well. It felt like he did. He looked like I was fixing to type in. This is looking like Fury Chisora 4. A man who he lost in there. Oops. But that made me laugh from John. I can't lie to you. That was some. But John's getting louder now. He's full of beans now, right? Because you best believe by round 10, 11, he's saying, "Son, don't engage, son." At the time, he needed some energy. Don't engage, son. No, let's just make it through the fight and not get knocked spark out. That was John Fury's concern. It was a paternal concern for sure.
Keep the angles and trust in the right hand.
Just what we practice. Just what we worked on.
Use the uppercuts a bit more, Tyson. You must use your uppercut.
So John Fury's saying, "No, use the right hand, use angles, use the uppercut a bit more." This is all in one round, I think. I think it's all rounds to the end of round 6. It's like overload. But you can see at this point, because of the success, look at the angle here, look. Who is the closest man to Tyson? John Fury. Sugar Hill's out here. So at this point, when John thinks it's successful, he's trying to be in the mix. He want to be like, "Oh yeah, he saw me coaching him. I coached him to a knockout." But really, if you look at the advice, it's just like all over the place. Uh-oh, use the uppercut. Oh yeah, also use the right hand. Also use angles. John, what shouldn't he use? John, just say, "Hey, use everything, so I can take a claim for it." Oh, see, I was the guy who... I think what John was doing, he's trying to cover every base. So that if Tyson knocked him out of a particular shot, I told him to throw the right hand. I think he saw the acclaim. John Fury hasn't liked Sugar Hill for a long time. He saw the acclaim Sugar Hill got after the Wilder 3 fight. When people were saying, "Yeah, Sugar Hill changed the game with his advice to use the jab." John Fury don't really know boxing like that. So he's just guessing. He's trying to throw something at the wall until it sticks. So he can be, "Oh yeah, see, look at the round 6 corner work. I told him the winning punch." No, John. You're doing a hat man. You're covering all the bases, all the different permutations. Hey, it could be this, it could be that. Or it could be nothing. Oh, I told you it'd be one of the 3. Yeah? On his hat man, 100%.
Back with it. Keep twisting through your corner. He doing what you do to him. Don't cross your goddamn legs. Be ready to punch. Bang, bang. You ain't got to throw it hard.
Punch 2 rounds like this. Light punches. 6 minutes.
Light punches. I think it's all kicking off now. This must be towards the end of the fight. Can we get a clip? Can we see what round it was? Pissing me off. Anyway, it must be around towards the end of the fight. John Fury's gone from pop, pop, bang, double jab, right and left hook, angles to just throw it lightly, son. People, in that kind of fight, your man's nose has been popped, has been knocked out. That's the last advice, unless you're kind of focused on self-preservation. That's the kind of advice Devin Haney team be telling him. Hey man, just stay tight, yeah? To keep light punches. He's fixing to survive. I can't blame him for that. Be fair, but still, call a spade a spade. You ain't a fighting man like that. A fighting man would have told him. Like Peter Fury said, "Hey mate, it's time to go spark on your back. You win this fight or you got spark on your back." That's what should have been said at this point, in my opinion. Oh, allow it. Move the YouTube button. Now I lost my place. Oh, now they move the internet as well. It's a bunch of moody situations right now. Let's get back to it.
Quit pulling back or you're getting caught.
Box now, move.
Legs. Be ready to punch. Bang, bang. You ain't got to throw it hard.
Punch 2 rounds like this.
At this point, Fury's stumbling in that as well. So Sugar Hill's saying, keep his legs, keep his stable, but it's too late by then. He loses a goose. Yeah.
Light punches. 6 minutes.
Don't be afraid to slide in. Slide in. Quit pulling back or you're getting caught.
Yep, that's the better advice. If you got a choice in that kind of situation between pulling back is the worst thing you can do. It's the worst thing you do. You're just vulnerable. You punch from there. You can't even really defend from there. You think you can. It's human nature to be like, I'll get away from the problem by pulling back. But there's nothing good there for you. There's nothing good there for you ever. You can't punch. You're vulnerable. Your chin's in the air. Nothing sweet by pulling back. But it's human nature to think danger's there. I'm gonna get away from it, and you lead with your head almost. But these are meant to be trained fighters. But it's too late at this point to say hold your legs. And Sugar Hill was right. Don't be afraid to slide in and trade with this guy. That was the right advice. But I wonder what the narrative of this camp has been. It felt a bit loose as a goose. It didn't feel like from the first second. Yeah, Fury came running out towards the centre of the ring and then backpedaled. So it feels to me like Fury wasn't lying when he said, "Oh, I can beat this guy anyway." And I feel the narrative of the camp will be, "Oh, we're going to show we're the better boxer." Same as AJ. AJ wanted to show, "Hey, we can outbox this dude. We're better boxers." I could have, and then Fury, if Fury had won on points or outboxed Usyk, he'd have been able to say, "Hey man, I told you, I can do it all. I could have punched a hole through him like Wilder, and I can also outbox him." Now we're going to find out in the rematch if he can do something different. My base case though is, I'm not going to touch it. I wouldn't like to bet either way. But obviously Usyk's the clear favourite, and he is the favourite, and rightfully so.
Box now, move.
Win these 2 rounds. Go. Timmy, you won it. You've won the fight. Stop pulling back.
Get him go.
Quit pulling back because you're getting caught.
Box now, move.
Win these 2 rounds.
So John Fury is saying, box and move now.
Go.
And Sugar Hill's saying, hold your feet and let's slide in if you need to and tangle. Let's go to work. And John Fury is saying, box and move. It's just absolutely shocking. John, you hold the spit. That's what we need, some Peter Fury in that camp right now. You zip it, spit bucket. You zip it, Andy Lee, running your mouth. Yeah, it irritates me, but Sugar Hill got no one to blame but himself. He the one who made this environment where everyone want to put their 2 pennies in. I had a goofball tell me, YB, you wouldn't be a good leader because you talk about chain of command. Listen, man, let me tell you, man, the dude who said that to me, yeah. So I was saying that leaders, or especially in war times, you need clear instructions from one man. Don't be fraternising, partying with dudes. When you party with dudes, you have a call like this. Sugar Hill, he partying with John and he all being friendly. Oops. No, this isn't a democracy. Yeah, chain of command. You shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. You dab his head. Simple. Otherwise, it ends up like this. Otherwise, it ends up with dudes in the military with pink hair. David becomes Diane. This is, let's be democratic about it. Look at it. Yeah? No fighting force can have men with pink hair. In my opinion, allegedly, reportedly. You understand? Never happen. You never be a ferocious fighting force with a dude called Dave fixing to be Diane. Can never happen. Can never be effective. Can never be menacing. Because they're too focused on, I haven't taken my estrogen today, so I'm not sure if I'm trans. They focus on the wrong things. We're fixing to get it. We're fixing to eat. Yeah? We're not fixing to transition like that. That's not the focus of the situation here. We're at war. Yeah?
Timmy, you won it. You've won the fight. Stop pulling
Andy Lee, we've won the fight. Then Sugar Hill chimes in.
Box now, move.
Win these 2 rounds. Go. Timmy, you won it. You've won the fight. Stop pulling back.
Get him go.
So Andy Lee's sucking him off. You've won the fight. Just win these 2 rounds. And Sugar Hill saying, stop pulling back. Sugar Hill's trying to be like concentrate on task at Andy here. Stop pulling back. It needs to be done. Actionable advice. Just win these 2. Andy Lee's supposed to be a boxing god, right? Just win these 2 rounds. How is it actionable? And besides, it gives the wrong narrative. Because Tyson even came out and punked you, man, and said, hey, they didn't tell me I was losing. So it wasn't even good. It wasn't even good kind of loosey-goosey advice. It was just weak advice the whole way around. If someone, people, listen. Legitimately, Andy Lee allegedly lose boxing, yeah? But legitimately, one of the worst types of advice would be ever, just win these rounds. Because if that advice had value, then guess what everyone would do? Every trainer would have to do is rock up and say to their fighter, when at round 1, say, hey man, just win these 12 rounds and you've won the fight. It's like, well, obviously Andy Lee, if everyone could just go out there and win the rounds, then they'd never need a coach, would they? Andy Lee, coach of the year. Just win every round, Tyson, and you've won the fight. Okay, no. That's not helpful. And not only was it not helpful, it gives the wrong impression that you're basically winning, and no. He should have been told, man. That's why I liked, what's his name's corner? The guy who fought Nick Ball at the last weekend. Ray Ford. Ray Ford was a round or 2 left, and Ray Ford said, am I winning the fight? And they said, hey man, it was hands off. They said, hey man, we don't know. Yeah? That's what, if you're not sure, and that was a close fight. Legitimately, I didn't know either. I had Ray Ford winning in the end, but I didn't know either. But you best believe, that was, people, look how good Ray Ford did against Nick Ball. If Andy Lee was in that corner, he'd have been saying, cruise these last rounds, because you've definitely won. Because who's punched out and almost knocked out? Stop it. Not planning you on Andy Lee. Mr. No boxing so much. And he should know. Andy Lee should really know the game. John Fury, I don't expect nothing less. But Andy Lee should know the game to have respect for the corner. But again, Sugar Hill, he fraternising with the troops. Yeah? Andy Lee out here with pink hair. Andy Lee called Anfina Lee. Just talking too much. He got pink hair now. And it's democracy, right? It's everyone talking. I have a right to have my say. Since when? Since when in military did a bunch of bottom feeders, bag holders, and bucket holders have a right to talk about what the mission objectives are? I never heard of that myself. Maybe you, man, who know, maybe we need democratic military. Everyone has a say. I want pink hair, and I want green hair, and I want to be called Diane now. Oops. Now you're sorry looking, because you're washed up, and you're back to Benidorm.
Stop pulling back and be on balance.
Undisputed
John Fury, 1 round undisputed.
Keep setting that leg. You got the timing now. He just walking right behind you.
Are you got plenty in you? Nice.
He walking right behind your timing. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
So at this point, Sugar Hill is trying to recover the chain of command. Look at me. It's too late. These things, yeah, are set months. Certainly at start. That's where you set the tone of things. You, spit bucket. You, dab his head. You, tend to his cuts. It's too late now saying listen to me. Because you was jumping on the table partying with dude like it's sweet. Yeah? It's no good trying to get some order now in round 12. It's like, well, Andy Lee's saying his bit. John Fury's been saying his bit. And Fury's half cooked. Too late then. But this is the new age, people. The new age is everyone has a say. Let's everyone have a say. And I'm not saying, obviously, things need to be... Everyone has rights, yeah, but certain situations they don't, in my opinion. In certain situations, a head trainer is a head trainer is a head trainer. And if it was so effective to have 3 voices, then why not have 10 voices? Let's have 10 man there all chipping in. Let's have all the fans as well in the corner giving their 2 pennies, right? Because more's better. In the new age.
Hey, look. Here. Bang, bang. I don't reach for just turn.
Time turn. Again. Too little too late at this point. The aggressive nature should have been the tone of the fight from round 1. From round 1. Yes, get a feel. I'm not a fan of coming out storming Norman, unless your name's Mike Tyson, but get a feel for round 1 if you want to get a look and see what power he's got and whatever else, or round 2. But from that point, you should have a set plan. Get a feel for round 2, get into the groove of the fight, and we go to work. That's what I feel is a better strategy than playing it by ear and then all over the place, loses the goose.
Set the foot.
This is what it takes, Tyson.
He's not moving his head, just pushing in the middle.
Last round. Awesome job. Job done, Tyson. Don't take any chances at all.
Don't take any chances. It's unbelievable.
You're gonna come out, you know, be prepared.
All through the core. Let your core rip through the ground.
He's desperate. He needs to kind of don't take any chances.
Be prepared.
All through the core. Let your core rip through the ground with your feet, Tyson.
Let your core rip through your feet to the ground. Too late, Sugar, at this point. Too late to be ripping. He ain't ripped nothing. Apart from round 5 and 6 a bit, he weren't ripping nothing. So it's too late now. That should have been the tone of the thing, the whole camp from 10 weeks ago. We'd be cutting through this dude. We're digging our feet in. Tyson didn't dig his feet in at all, really, if I'm going to be honest. Even then rounds 5 and 6, he was boxing still.
This is how we do it.
Hey, get rough with him.
Right here.
Get rough with him. Did John Fury just say get rough with him? He was saying don't take any chances. That's what I'm saying. It's mad.
Hey, get rough with him.
Get rough with the effer. That was John Fury. Get rough with him. The fuck? You just said don't take any chances. Make your mind up.
Right here. You ain't got to reach for. He's walking right in on your timing.
3 minutes, Tyson, you win the fight.
He's walking in on your timing.
You heard that?
There you go then, people. John Fury's bipolar. He needs to be out somewhere. Yeah? 1 minute, don't take your chances. Next minute, give it to him. Shocking. Forget about it. These guys are washed. Sugar Hill washed. He's making the crop look bad. And John Fury, well, we know, but that's the thing. Good leaders know who they got in their thing, right? Good leaders say, my name's Sugar Hill, I'm a good leader. I know John, he no good like that. He all over the place. He variable, volatile, in the best and the most in the most civil situations. You don't want him in there, do you? He ain't level-headed. And he don't, all due respect, he don't know boxing either. So what's he there for? Good leadership says, hey man, John, you're a father, sit in the crowd somewhere. That's what you need to do. Sit there and clap from the corner. Or hold his bucket and say nothing. If you want to be some family support and just sit there dab his head. And there was even one point, I think, that Fury was dabbing that ice thing on top of Tyson's head, and Tyson said to him, I'll put it on my neck. Have to find that. And in fact, I'll do a separate video on that. But the show, John don't even know. John's so focused on doing the wrong things. That cold ice thing, you apparently have some nerves in the back of your neck, and that's like the central part where temperature is controlled for your body. So that's why you want to put it there. On your head, it just like could be on your foot, kind of thing. John's focused. So John ain't even calling Tyson down at that point. He just focused on getting in the look at this cat here. Trying to get in the mix. Shocking. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, like off the bell, 100%. No doubt about it. Stop it.